Hey guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. It's Genevieve here and we are in Create a Sim in The Sims 4. So today we are creating the Powerpuff Girls because I want to incorporate a whole Powerpuff Girls series on my YouTube channel, which will incorporate the three Powerpuff Girls as well as their father, which is Professor Utonium, and incorporates other characters that were seen in the Powerpuff Girl episodes back in the 90s, which was Mojo Jojo, Fuzzy Lumpkin, the Gangrene Gang, him, Princess Morbucks, as well as the mayor. So I want to create a whole series based on all of these characters, doing their speed builds, creating their sims, playing as them, and just having some fun with the whole Powerpuff Girl characters in one plot in The Sims 4. So my idea is not to have each villain or each character in different properties on The Sims 4. I want to have a huge plot where it will have Fuzzy Lumpkin's house, Mojo Jojo's house, the mayor's office, the Powerpuff Girl's house. So it will be really awesome to have every character on one plot where they can all interact with each other, fight with each other, do what they need to do with each other, which I think will be really awesome. So if you think that idea is cool, give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel if you do want to see those series and episodes being created, and give a comment down below if you have any ideas, tips, hints that will be very useful to me and that you would want to see being created within the Powerpuff Girls series. So, based on the background of the Powerpuff Girls, on the Cartoon Network channel, so they created a whole Powerpuff Girls series, which I'll discuss the backgrounds now. If you have not watched the Powerpuff Girls, if you haven't heard about the Powerpuff Girls, or if you just have heard about it, seen it, but just can't remember because it was like 10 years ago that we used to watch these. Maybe even longer, about 13, 14 years ago. So it's quite a long time. So the Powerpuff Girls is based on Professor Utonium. So he's generally now the Powerpuff Girls' father. But before everything happened, Professor Utonium wanted to create 3 little girls for himself. To have 3 daughters, perfect daughters. He was doing an invention in order to create them. So Professor Utonium is very scientific. He loves creating science, he loves fiddling with science, and he loves creating potions and things like that. So as he was creating the 3 perfect little girls, he included the ingredients of sugar, spice, and everything nice into his chamber of potions, if you want to call it. And while he was mixing these ingredients together, he accidentally knocked black chemical known as Chemical X. So Chemical X then poured into the invention that he was currently making, and therefore the Powerpuff Girls were born. So that's basically the whole concept behind the entire Powerpuff Girls series. So the Powerpuff Girls are now 3 little girls with superpowers. They save their city, which is known as Townsville. They go out and they fight villains, monsters, or whatever is controlling and taking over their city. They go and take care of them. So in terms of the 3 girls and Professor Utonium that we are creating now, we'll start with Blossom. So Blossom's color scheme is pink. So she has pink eyes, she wears pink clothes, and she has reddish orange hair with a red bow on it. Her chemical ingredients is everything nice, and she can be seen as very level-headed, strong, and determined. She's also seen as one of the most mature between the 3 little girls when compared to Bubbles and Buttercup. And she has the unique power of freezing objects, which is really awesome. So if a villain is coming at her or coming towards her, she can just freeze them and then take care of them later. So her downfalls is basically she can also be very fussy. When she doesn't get what she wants, she can get very angry. She can be very vain as well as overbearing. And she is seen as the peacemaker between Bubbles and Buttercup. So when they fight, she is always there to take care of Bubbles because Bubbles is very sensitive. So she ensures that the peace remains the peace between those two and ensures that they don't hurt each other whilst being in the same room together or going out and fighting villains. Then the next character is Bubbles. So Bubbles' color scheme is blue. So she's got blue eyes, she wears blue clothes, and she's got blonde hair with 2 ponytails. Her chemical ingredient is sugar, which matches her character perfectly because she is very sweet, she is very helpful, she's joyful, she always laughs, she loves to make friends, she loves to just have an environment that is just happy. That's all she wants. She just wants everyone around her to be happy and to get along with each other, which is very, very cute. So sugar goes perfect with her character. Then because she is always full of laughter, she's always happy, she can also be very over emotional and very sensitive, which makes her the weakest link between Blossom and Buttercup. So that's Bubbles for you. Okay, so now we're going on to Buttercup. So Buttercup is the third little girl, and she has green eyes and wears green clothing, so her color scheme is more on the green side. She's also seen as very tomboyish, as she has black hair. She's very short black hair, and her voice is more on a boyish side than a girly girl, if you know what I mean. And her chemical ingredient is spice. So that goes with her character because she likes to get dirty, she fights hard, she plays rough. So she's always the one that wants to get out and fight the villains first. She always wants to be the first one there to take control and make sure that the villains know not to mess with Townsville because the Powerpuff Girls are there. She always wants to get out and fight everyone. When she's at home alone and they're doing nothing, she just wants to get up and go out and look for a fight. So that's Buttercup for you. She unfortunately has no special power, which not a bad thing because she can still fly and fight crime, so no worries there. So now we are doing Professor Utonium. So Professor Utonium is the creator himself of the Powerpuff Girls. So he is the one that added the chemical X by accident. He was the one that was creating the perfect little girls in the first place. So he basically has a very squarish head in the series. So if his head looks a bit weird, it's because I try to make it very square, which is not normal, but that's how he is as a character in the Powerpuff Girls. And he also has black hair and black eyes. Professor Utonium always wears a white lab coat, black pants, and black formal shoes. We hardly ever see him in any other clothing besides that, so his whole color scheme is black and white. I just added a bit of red in between because black and white can be very boring in terms of the Sims, so I just added his athletic clothing to be red. So yeah, Professor Utonium is obviously the father of the 3 Powerpuff Girls, and he can be seen as very overprotective, as he needs to ensure that they're okay because they are just 3 little girls that are still in school fighting crime and protecting their city, which is Townsville. He is also very affectionate and very supportive of them, so he tries to keep the line between fighting crime and getting their schoolwork done. So he ensures that there is a complete balance between the two in order for them to still be little girls as well as being the heroes of Townsville. Professor Utonium also states that he always makes his inventions by accident. So in various episodes, when people ask him how the Powerpuff Girls were created, he basically says, I don't know, it was by accident, so I have no idea how it was done. But in the back of his mind, he knows for a fact how he created these 3 powerful girls. And then lastly, Professor Utonium loves playing golf during his spare times. When he's not downstairs in his lab, working hard, trying to create inventions, just doing scientific stuff, he is out on the field playing golf. And in one of the episodes, you can see how much he loves golf. It's one of his passions, and he just loves doing it in his spare time. When the girls are at home or protecting the Townsville, he's out there playing golf, enjoying himself, relaxing, and yeah. So this is the Powerpuff Girls Creator Sim, and I hope you guys really enjoyed it. In terms of the series, like I said, let me know what you think about it in the comment section, and if you really enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, and I hope you guys have a fantastic day.
Sugar, spice, and everything nice. These were the ingredients chosen to create the perfect little girl. But Professor Utonium accidentally added an extra ingredient to the concoction, Chemical X. Thus, the Powerpuff Girls were born! Using their ultra superpowers, Blossom, Bubbles, and Buttercup have dedicated their lives to fighting crime and the forces of evil! Sugar, spice, and everything nice. These were the ingredients chosen to create the perfect little girl. But Professor Utonium accidentally added an extra ingredient to the concoction, Chemical X. Thus, the Powerpuff Girls were born! Using their ultra superpowers, Blossom, Bubbles, and Buttercup have dedicated their lives to fighting crime and the forces of evil!